Right. I know you said the immediate job is, you're just looking at this and then you're going to go back to your contract as the assistant, whatnot. Long term, what's the career plan for you? Can you see yourself, would you want to be a manager again at some stage in the future?
That's a good question, actually. Obviously, I think this would be the only job that I would take as an assistant. Because of the whole thing that I just explained, and for 2 years. So for me it was important to get a feel of it, and how is it going over the course of 2 years, and after that to make a decision. Is this something that is fulfilling for me in my job? I have to say, for the moment, I really enjoyed the role. I really did.
As an assistant? As an assistant. Just because it's here rather than an assistant, per se?
Obviously, the decision to make for Man United was a big one, and that's why I'm in this role, and I can commit myself to the role as assistant manager, and I did it with great pride, and I really enjoyed it, and I will enjoy it again after this. And after 2 years, I have to see how things go.
In that respect, then, if your 3 game, there's a lot of players now. Well, all the players now will have effectively a 3-game sort of early shot window to prove to the incoming manager that they should be part of his, first team thinking and whatnot. His first 11 thinking. Does that go for you as well in some respect? You too are sort of almost in the shop window to say, look, every manager brings in their backroom team. Stick with me with the one that you've got. I know you've got a contract, but we've seen that things can change with contracts.
Yeah, obviously can change. We all know that, and but we'll see. I'm not thinking in that way. I'm not here to prove myself in that way. I'm here to help. I'm here to do the best I can. And the club is the most important one, and do the best we can to get a result on Sunday. That's my focus. All the other things are not in my mind.
Joe.
Ruud, I want to ask you about Manuel Ugarte. Can you explain why you think the club sort of signed him, and why maybe he hasn't had that many chances yet this season? And also, with your history, has he got the kind of the ego, if you like, to be succeed here at Manchester United, where the pressures are so big?
Yeah, I think I'm convinced about Manuel that he will be a great player for United. I think yesterday he had a very good performance. I think against Fenerbahce he had a good performance. I think, of course, getting players in an early conclusion. Players that are here for 2 or 3 months, should be careful with that. I think it's a great signing, very good player, professional. He has very specific qualities in midfield, where he gets in between players, can recover a lot of balls for us to get us in attacking positions. Also on the ball, very decent. So I think he will be a very good player for this club.
Because obviously people are putting 2 and 2 together because he played with Amorim, but is he someone that you and Erik particularly targeted and wanted here anyway?
No, I think the recruitment is not part of the assistant manager. So, but I can comment on my work with working with Manuel on a daily basis, and I think he's adjusting. He wants to adjust. He wants to be part of this squad, and wants to do well for this club, and he's very motivated to do so. And he's getting better every time. And the performance yesterday was good, and he can build on that. We are very thin in midfield, so the coming games we're gonna definitely need him, and I think he will do well in the coming games.
Steve Bates.
You weren't a bad striker yourself. What do you think about Joshua Zirkee at the moment? What do you think his strengths are?
Thanks for the compliment.
And what do you think are the areas that he needs to improve?
Josh is a similar answer to Manuel's Ugarte's situation. Josh came in, he's a young player with a lot of potential. He's a typical number 9 in the sense of that he's a one that you can. His hold-up play is very good. He's very strong in combination play. He's a different type than Rasmus. Rasmus is more of over 9 that plays higher up on the pitch is getting in the back of defenders, and Josh is more the one that is coming towards the ball and get the team playing. I think the Crystal Palace game he was excellent, and it was one of his best performances and showed his potential. Another one with a lot of talent, good age, a lot of potential to develop, one that we have to look after, give him time. He will get better and better and better, and I think also will be a very good player for this club.
Last question, Steve Banks.
Hi, Ruud. Ruud, you probably know better than anybody else in this room from your time here that the noise around United is deafening at the best of times, let alone when they're changing managers, etc. But also you have the issue that in the media you have many high-profile ex-Man United players, some of whom you've played with, Roy Keane, Gary Neville,
quite a few, yeah.
Paul Scholes, Owen Hargreaves, all these guys have an opinion on the club. Often, sometimes that's a painful opinion. Are you, as a manager coming into this club, do you think that's fair that they should be under that scrutiny from ex-players who have been successful? And secondly, the second part of the question is, are you prepared for those guys who perhaps you played with to give you a kicking on Sunday if you lose to Chelsea?
I mean, we all do our jobs, don't we? And I think basically they care for the club, and they want the club to do well, and they're disappointed as well, and it doesn't go well with the club, and have opinions on it, and I think it's absolutely fine. And I don't take it personal. When I see him, I have a cup of coffee with him, and I don't have any problems with that. I appreciate them as former colleagues. I'm still in some of them. I'm still in touch with them, and that's the path they choose. Others go and stay in football, more on the football side. So yeah, for me it's absolutely fine.
If they were to sort of turn their attentions to you on Sunday, if you didn't win, would that be a problem?
Look, in the end, you're going to be judged, and I think yesterday was good. It was very positive. You get positive critics, and everybody's positive. In football, things can change, things can continue. I don't believe the hype that much. I don't believe the drama that much. I know it's the world we live in. For me, it's important to stay calm, stay focused, do my job on a daily basis. I think that's also has to be the case for this club. And we're not going to turn it around from today to tomorrow, but I think we're gonna get it done. And I believe in that over the longer future.